We're giving our bathroom an extreme makeover and we're gonna show you the process from start to finish.
I'm on my way now.
Hey there, it's Christina from the DIYmommy.com and this is my husband, Sean.
Hi.
In case you're new here, we are renovating a lake house and we're going to be turning it into either a full-time or a vacation rental property. I'm going to link all of the other videos in this series down in the description box below so you can see what we've done so far. Today's video is a collaboration with my friend Lindy and her husband Russell from Love Create Celebrate. So after you watch our bathroom renovation, make sure to check out theirs. I will link it somewhere up here and down in the description box below. We challenged each other to do extreme bathroom renovations on a budget. So here is what the bathroom in our lake house looked like originally. Definitely a dated look with all of the honey oak. And Sean will tell you more, but they did do a renovation probably a few years ago, but what was the issue?
They didn't seal the floor underneath the tub, so the mice got behind the tub.
Sean is removing all of the drywall, all of the tiles and everything, and this is what the wall inside looked like. It was absolutely disgusting. As you can see, the studs are completely eaten out of the wall, and there really wasn't any structure left in the room.
The renovation challenges of this space is the fact that it was built, I think, 40 years ago, and then it had a reno that was done by a handyman, I believe, because they basically used wood out of the forest, it seems like, that was rotted for the studs and stuff like that. The challenge is redoing almost all of it, I guess.
The design challenge here is that it is a relatively small bathroom. It's the only bathroom in this whole home. So we want to make sure that it functions really well and that it is really versatile for whoever is going to be living here.
Our budget for this space is $3,000. I have a lot of material from previous jobs, so we are going to be utilizing a lot of that stuff.
Our timeline for this renovation is about 2 weeks, which is pretty tight, but I think we can do it.
Oh yes, we'll be able to do it.
Sean has 2 types of tiles in his inventory left over from previous jobs he's done as a contractor. I want to use them as the basis for my design because we do want to save money. We already have these and I think marble is such a classic look. You might remember this mood board I created for our whole home. I want to stick to this color scheme and this feel for the bathroom as well to keep the whole home nice and cohesive feeling. Sean reframed the whole bathroom. We had a professional spray foam company come in and spray foam insulate everything. And now Sean is installing an energy efficient window to keep from condensating and keep everything nice and warm. He also reframed a new door because the old one was really small. We're going to be reusing the tub that was in here to save money as well and to keep this bathroom versatile for children and pets. I wanted a deep blue vanity in this bathroom, but I didn't want to pay thousands of dollars for it. I did find one around $800 and I almost bought it, but then I thought I should just buy an IKEA vanity. It's far less money and I'm going to paint it with my paint sprayer. So I'm using that same blue color Observatory by BEHR that I used in the bedroom and using my paint sprayer to spray the vanity. Now Sean is installing some new subfloor in the bathroom to keep it from squeaking. The trick with subfloor is you do have to put glue on it and screw it down to make it not squeak. Now we're bringing in some new drywall for the bathroom and we're bringing in the tub. We're placing the tub down to make sure that all the plumbing is in the right spot. Reusing the old tub from the previous bathroom is going to save us around $800. Now Sean's taking a hole saw and drilling out the spots for all of the plumbing. We're adding drywall in this whole space and we're going to be putting some shiplap over top of some of the walls as well. We're putting this moisture-proof material around the tub to make sure that we don't have any moisture issues. Now I'm installing a shiplap ceiling in this room just like I did in the bedroom. For this one, since I'm not attaching a lot of the nails to studs in the ceiling, I'm taking some carpentry glue and putting it on the back of the shiplap and then nailing it in place. This shiplap was given to us by Matri. We love it. We loved using it in the bathroom, and I will make sure to link that down in the description box below. After the drywall is installed, we're taking some primer and priming all of the walls. I'm also adding a trim around the door because we're going to be butting shiplap up to it. So I want to make sure that the shiplap butts right up to this trim, and then I'm going to put the casing on the door on top of that. When you put casing and trim around doors, usually you leave about a 1/4 inch of reveal between the door frame and the trim. Now I'm taking that same Matri shiplap and I'm installing that on either side of the door. I'm using my favorite finishing nailer. I will link it below. I'm also using Sean's laser level, which is a really handy tool when installing shiplap, especially when you're installing it in such an old, uneven house like this. So at this point I made a mistake. This long wall here was quite a bit higher than that short one. So you can see in the corner that the shiplap is like a 1/4 inch off in that corner. Originally I thought maybe I would leave it because it wasn't so bad. I was going to put some 1/4 round trim in the corner. But then after I looked at it for a while, I realized it was a mistake that was going to haunt me forever. So I decided I had to rip off all of the shiplap around the door and redo that. After ripping off all of the shiplap around the door and making sure that it was even and lined up with that higher shiplap that I had to put on the side, I was ready to add the final pieces. I'm using my paint sprayer again to paint all of the shiplap. It's so much easier, I think, than using a brush and a roller because you can really get into those cracks. I'm using BEHR's Ultra Pure White color in a satin finish. Now Sean is putting some thin set on the floor, and we're taking some waterproofing material to place that on top. We want to make sure that this bathroom is nice and waterproof because it definitely was not before. We're also putting some waterproof material around all of the corners of the floor so that it's behind the baseboards too. Now we're cutting this hexagon marble tile that Sean had on hand, and we're using it for the floor. I love the look of this hex tile, and I think it's really nice because it adds some grip and texture to the floor, so it's a nice non-slippery surface. Sean's placing some thin set on the floor and adding the tile. I actually really loved installing this. It was really fun to line up all of those little angles and make sure that it looked nice and even. So I am pushing the tile down, making sure it's all lined up, and then I'm grabbing a 2-foot level and kind of sliding that over the tile to make sure that it's relatively even. I'm also trying to remove the little pieces of thin set that came up between the tile so that it's easy to clean later. Now we're putting more thin set on the walls of the shower and adding some more waterproofing material here, again to make sure everything is water resistant. Now it is time to tile. So again, these ones were from Sean's inventory. They're large 12 by 24 faux marble tiles. Now these were a beast to cut. Sean had to use his wet saw to cut these, and then he had to use grinders and hole saws to try to cut everything in the middle. I'm applying thin set to the shower walls, and Sean is too, using a trowel to make those ridges and then placing the tile on top. We're using this leveling system that you can find at Home Depot. I'll make sure to link it down below. It has those little spacers and then kind of those little wedges that you can put in the spacers to keep the tiles nice and even on the wall. This was the hardest part of the job. It did take a few days. You have to wait till everything is dry in between before you grout. And there were a few issues with the cutting of the tiles, and I'll tell you about that at the end of this video. After the thin set was completely dry and the tiles were set, I'm taking a wet rag and just wiping off any of the excess thin set. Now Sean is taking some grout and applying that to the floor with a trowel, and we used the same color of grout for the walls as well. I decided to go for a dark gray because I really wanted this bathroom to be easier to clean. Even though I love the look of white, I thought that was a poor choice for this particular bathroom because I knew it would get dirty right away. Now I'm adding some trim around the doors. This one was also given to us by Matri, and it's kind of that classic farmhouse look. I'm also adding some baseboards as well. So we decided to add MDF baseboards on this side of the bathroom, and then on the other side, Sean cut some tiles down for baseboards there because we thought that would get more wet, so we didn't want to have lots of moisture issues there. I'm also adding this crown molding, which is going to hide those gaps between the ceiling and the walls. I'll make sure to link all of the Matri trim down in that description box below. Some quarter round trim in the corners helps finish off this space too. Sean's adding a new pot light over the tub. He added a new fan, which is a lot quieter than the old fan was, and he's also installing a light fixture over the vanity. This one is from Home Depot, and it was nice and budget friendly. I'm mixing metals in this bathroom, which is a look that I absolutely love, so I picked some brushed gold fixtures and I picked some black things as well. Now I'm taking some caulking and just filling all of those cracks and those nail holes in the whole bathroom, and then painting over those with some more paint. For around the tub and the shower and anywhere that's going to get a lot of moisture, I'm using some water resistant caulking and using painter's tape to make sure that I don't get it kind of all over the place. This shower door was my biggest splurge for this bathroom. It was around $500 from Home Depot. I decided to splurge on it because I wanted a more modern look for this bathroom. I think a shower curtain is a little less modern, but this door really has a sleek look. I also liked the black hardware on here, and I thought it just kept the space nice and open feeling. Now it's time to install the toilet.
Oh, here, my hand's gonna go under. Okay, just slowly lower it and I'll tell you.
Okay.
Did you see it?
Yeah, now I see that one.
Okay, move towards me.
I can't see that one.
Yeah, you're good, you're good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now we're putting that IKEA vanity that I painted in that blue color and installing that here on the right hand side. Sean drilled some holes in the tile and now he's anchoring the vanity in place. I'm attaching the hardware for the drawers and then installing those into the vanity. I love IKEA furniture because they really take advantage of the space and they make furniture that really works in smaller spaces. They also included plumbing parts for the sink, so we were able to hide all of the plumbing in the very back of this vanity, and these almost full-size drawers are going to fit a lot of items in this small bathroom. I also added some brushed gold hardware just from Amazon onto the vanity to make it look a little higher end. I found these shower fixtures at Home Depot. They weren't that expensive, but I love that luxe brushed gold look. Now I'm putting together another piece of IKEA furniture. This is the Hemnes bench, and I thought it would be a nice addition to the bathroom to give it a little extra storage and to kind of give the room a spa-like vibe. I'm also going to install some hooks for towels just above this bench. These ones were from Amazon, again relatively inexpensive. I'm drilling pilot holes into the shiplap, and then I'm just taking my screwdriver and some screws to install these hooks. I love how the black hooks just add a little bit of depth to this all-white corner here. Now I'm installing the little details like the toilet paper holder and the towel holder beside the sink. This mirror I found from IKEA, and I love how it has the little bits of texture and that rattan look for this coastal vibe. I was going to put some floating shelves above the toilet, but then I realized that the shower door was going to be hitting them, so all I did here was I printed off a picture that I took with my cell phone of the lake. I thought it was so pretty, and the blue and the gold colors really match this room. So as a reminder, here is how the little lake house bathroom looked before. And here is how it looked after we demoed it with all of the damage. And here is the bathroom now. I am loving this coastal vibe that we have in this room. I feel like it does have a luxe look with the faux marble and the marble floor. I love the shiplap accents to give it that farmhouse and coastal look. Plus I love the pop of blue that we got with this vanity. I'm really happy I didn't spend a ton on an expensive vanity. I feel like I was able to get a nice luxe look with this painted IKEA one. I really like the mixed metals. I love the brushed gold with the black. And I feel like this room does have a spa-like vibe to it, but it's still family friendly. I think one of my personal favorite parts is the flooring. I love this marble hex tile. I also love that we're able to combine lots of textures in this space, even though we have lots of light and bright colors. I am so happy that this bathroom is done, and I hope the family or the families that live here really do enjoy it.
All right, we are finally done this bathroom, and let me tell you, it feels so good to have this done.
Yeah.
As far as budget went, we actually did pretty good. We stayed under our $3,000. I'll put a list here of kind of what we spent on everything. Even if we did have to buy the tile, it wouldn't have been much over $3,000. So I think that's pretty good for a bathroom renovation. As far as timeline, we went like about, what, 10 full days on the project?
Yeah. Yeah.
It was a lot of work though. We're really sore.
I would have changed the, not to have so many holes in hard ceramic tile.
Yeah, don't do that.
That's just a fact of life if you want.
Which brings me to the next thought I wanted to talk about. Who freaked out about something and what was it? I'm pretty sure I can count to 3 and we can say the same thing that you freaked out about. So 1, 2, 3. Tile. I couldn't film it because this channel's G-rated, but he had a huge tile meltdown when he had to cut some tile.
It wasn't just cutting tile. It was very hard tile.
All in all though, I think we did pretty good. Let me know what you think of it down in those comments below, and make sure to check out Lindy and Russ's bathroom renovation of Love, Create, Celebrate. I love their style. They have a more modern style, so you're definitely going to want to go check that out and see how they did on their bathroom renovation. I'll make sure to link that down in that description box below. Thanks so much for watching. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel for more DIY and decorating ideas on a budget, and to see what we do in this house next.